Hello everyone, this is Gorax, and today we're gonna have a look at crafting mythic equipment in DragonHeir Silent Gods. This video has been recorded by NevGamer 3 weeks ago, so if you have not watched that yet, make sure you go to his channel, NevGamer, subscribe and give him a like button, as those content creators that are playing in the Chinese version of the game are providing us with some vital information, as now we know that our version will represent the Chinese version of the game. So let's have a look at what he's doing here, and we will see how to craft the mythic equipment. Since Nev is English-speaking content creator, I'll put the sound on and we can see what he does. I'll skip through the video and I'll leave the time for you to watch it. Basically, I don't want to cover the whole video, so let's go over that.
A new event on the Chinese server appeared, this one with the hammer, and
so basically crafting mythic equipment will not be possible without a special event. So as you can see, we have Dungeon and Dragon event here in the corner and the Mystic Forge event here. So let's skip through and see what it does.
So I'm translating every single stuff from here. Yeah, the 1 second. So the event, here is the name of the event. It's called Zubao Chess Soldiers, and it ends in 12 days, 3 hours. And
so it looks like we have over 2 weeks to participate in this event, and we can see here on the screen 2 options. First one, I believe, is like a mini game where we get the resources, and the other part is where we craft our mythic equipment.
What we have to do is to complete some daily tasks, and by completing them, we can see them here by accessing this. This is said that we have to spend some stamina, 60 stamina, 120, and they are granting us for those quests some of those currencies, whatever, and there are.
Okay, I hope you can hear him talking. It's not, he's talking very quietly. So Nev, if you're watching this video, make sure you increase the volume during your recording a little bit. So basically what he's saying here is we have daily tasks that we need to fulfill and we'll get the event currency. There are multiple different tasks daily, and probably here is like the total task we need to do. This is very common in this type of games.
Dailies and weekly, I guess, or event.
Yeah, just as I thought, that's weekly. Basically, like a grand achievement of these things, which will give you more currency. So once we unlock the rows or the columns,
guys, I have 6 of these, and
so once we unlock the rows and the columns, we'll have corresponding rewards. You probably played other games that had similar events. So in this case, I see here we have some dice that we'll need to roll.
4. And you can see that there are random 4 squares over here appearing.
And we got some random squares appearing. So we are basically unlocking that. And I can see that once we complete the whole thing, we will get this special, or I would say that probably helps us with crafting the mythic equipment. So in his video, he didn't have quite enough to finish this, so we can't see him getting the ore. But what I've noticed looking at the rewards is we have heliolite dice here. Only one, which is, considering that the new heliolite dice cost less. But we have this scroll shards. That is something I don't like. I don't like shards of the currency that is possible to get. So I'm not sure if you play in Chinese version, let me know how the scrolls work. We know how heliolite dice converts, but how does the scroll work? Because I got a lot of scrolls and I want to see how valuable they will be in the Chinese version. But anyway, let's continue the video.
Precise Carnage gloves. Gonna select it again. I was going to a whole chain here, so I'm going back. First of all, in the first square here, you can see you can select a piece of gear. whatever you want. So I feel
Okay, so that's interesting. The reason why I say it's interesting is, as you know, getting mythic equipment is quite hard, right? And getting gloves with perfect rolls, crit rate, crit damage, or whatever we need is even harder. But getting them with perfect substats is pretty much impossible. And I believe this is why we have this chance of locking 4 mythic equipment per season and moving to the next season. This means when we get this perfect glove crafted, we can move it to another season and not lose all everything that we invested into this event. So as you can see here, we can choose whatever piece of equipment we want to craft. While it might be, while you might think it's easy to use helmets and weapons because they don't require perfect stats, when crafting, we want to craft gloves or chests because having them with perfect stats is so much harder than having a helmet and a weapon. The helmet and the weapon don't need a main stat. They have substats because they have fixed main stat, right? So when it comes to crafting, you should focus on gloves or chests, depending which one you need. When it comes to loot, if you can't get good gloves before crafting, you want to focus mythic weapons and helmets, as the substats don't really matter as much as the main stat on gloves. You will rather use a yellow glove with crit rate or crit damage and mythic here just to get the bonus of the mythic. But when it comes to crafting, when you have a chance to get the perfect rolls, that's what you want, okay? So you want either a glove or a chest, glove preferably. So let's see what else we can do. So this is the first step where you choose the item slot and the mythic power, basically.
you have selected the main stat. This is what I selected. I selected already the crit damage. As you can see, plus 80% crit damage. So you can select, this is how it looks. Yeah, I selected the crit damage, and then the substats, as you can see, they are with percentages. I think this is attack percentage, HP percentage, defense percentage, and crit rate. So yeah, this is it for now. And you also can put here which types of the substats you want. So not only selecting the substats, but also how many points you want to put. And I've selected 4 out of...
Oh, wow. So basically here, not only we can choose the substats, we can also upgrade them. So if we want crit rate, we'll go for crit rate. If you are maxing out crit rate already, you might consider going for attack percentage, but save crit rate and crit damage. Look at this, 80% crit damage and between 15 to 25 crit rate. That glove is huge, okay? So wow, this event will be the one you will need to focus on to get your perfect equipment that you can lock and move to the next season to reuse. So hopefully this will be achievable by free-to-play players, as we don't know if there are any packs that will help you with it or not. Now let's move on to step number 3. Does he cover that step? Yeah, so in here...
doing where we managed to set this type of stuff. And as you can see, we have the same...
so that's where we choose
here,
which stat we level up at +8,
here
+12,
here.
+16, and
+8,
+20.
it will be with crit.
Okay, so that happens at step 3 rather than step 2. And let's move to step 4. So step 4 is craft.
This is the 3rd day, I think, and I got like for the daily missions only 5 shards. So this will be, yeah, hard to get. Like in a few days you will manage to craft a mythic equipment, but I feel that this is something that we've missed, and it's really important to have it in.
Yes, and I agree with him. Okay, so hopefully his voice will be heard. So what he's saying is he's done this for 3 days and he's got 10. Okay, so it will be hard to do it within 2 weeks. But if it is achievable, it's something we missed. And I agree, we all wanted a way to get perfect equipment, and this will help it. And it will also mean we can move this equipment to the next season. So everything you invest here will be carried over and help you start better in the next season. So next season, if this event happens again, you will choose another piece of equipment to help you build your hero. So that's pretty much it. If you guys want to go through the whole video, it's only 8 minutes long, which is shorter than my video right now. He goes through everything. He'll explain everything better than I did, because I don't play Chinese version. So there's some details that I left out in my video to basically convince you to go watch his video, give him likes, and subscribe if you have not. And thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you with more DragonHeir news coming up, hopefully very soon.